We'll start with a prayer. Gently close your eyes, focus yourself on the breath. Keep observing the breath. Breathe in deep, breathe out slow. Keep a bright smile on your face. Let go, let all the tensions go out of your body and mind. Relax the body, relax the mind. Bring yourself here and now. Breathe in and out mindfully. By breathing in and out mindfully, you're able to establish yourself in the present moment. We are in touch with your body. Abdomen is moving up and down. You are in touch with your breath. By breathing in and out mindfully, you are able to bring your mind also home. The total being here. Let us chant with 3 Omkaras. Open your mouth. Say ah and keep closing the mouth. It becomes Omkara. Feel the vibration starting at the near the navel and going to the head region. Take a deep breath. Again. Namaskar Mudra. We'll start with the prayer. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastuma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Address to the Lord. Please nourish us. Protect us. Let us walk together vigorously. Let the fruits of our work and discussion be brilliant and useful to both of us. Let there not be any misunderstandings between us. That is the meaning of the prayer. Take your hands behind. Take a deep breath, chest forward, head backward while exhaling, bend forward. Submit yourself to Lord the Almighty. Breathe in, come up. Release your hands, rub your palms. Just massage the facial muscles, neck muscles. Thank you very much. My name is Subra. I'm the lead trainer here. Most of you may be knowing me. Some of you who are new, for your sake. My name is Subra, and then I'm the lead teacher, lead trainer here at the Vivekananda Yoga. And yoga is both pravrutti and nivrutti to me. Pravrutti is what we do to get into the world and make a living. And nivrutti is we get back into ourselves where we find peace with ourselves. So this is both, and I practice yoga and I also teach yoga. And then to give a little more about myself, it is essential in the sense yoga is an experiential learning. I have gone through a certain way of life and which has given me a good health, happiness and harmony. So I would like to share a part of my experience with you. So my age is chronologically, I'm 77 years old. And physically, chronologically, we don't have a control over it. Physically, I feel comparatively much younger. In the sense, I'm able to walk about 10 miles. I can climb a mountain. I can do yoga with any one of you. And then all my joints are good. So my BP is absolutely normal. My heart rate per minute is 55. And I don't have any diseases. I don't take any tablets. So this is about my physically. And then another thing that happened is, at the age when I was 45, I had a motorcycle accident. This ligament on the left knee is gone. And in those days, I don't know whether now they can do it or not. Now, in those days, there was no way of fixing this. So I have got to, they said that you have got to live with that. But then you must be very careful, and then you should not climb steps. And that's something, restrictions have been given. And then I just wanted to, I love walking. And then another thing that happened was that at the age of around 50, 52, I used to get cramps. I always kept myself fit, but I used to get cramps in the legs when I go for jogging. I went to the doctor. He said, this is a circulatory problem. He said, why circulatory problem to me? He said, because of your habits, your lifestyle. Then I thought, we will give you some tablets and all that if you want it. But then I thought, this is not the way. The cause is my lifestyle. And if my knee is, if he let me work for it with that. And then I started completely changing my way of life to that of a yogic way of life. I started working with them. What it is, we will go further and do that. I started working with that. And then there was a absolutely good results for that. And then after working with that, started working with that, at the age of, I started working with from the age of 52, 53. And for nearly 20 years with the same knee, I climbed Himalayas. Most of the groups or younger people used to be there. Along with them, I used to tag myself on. Maybe I'm a freak, but then there are a few freaks like that. Well, aged people are there. But then for 20 years, I climbed. I went up to the 15,000, 16,000, 17,000 feet. And the same knee. And then I don't have any circulatory problems now, because all that has become possible because of me change in my lifestyle. There are certain things which we cannot change. I can't change the color of my skin, but then I can change the way I live. I can change my health. And psychologically also, I don't feel that. Until very recently, I was not very conscious of my age. I can do anything. I can be with 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old. I can play with them. With teenagers, I can be link with them, and with youth, as well as with elderly people. So psychologically, I can adapt myself to anything, but then basically a cheerfulness, a happiness, and making life meaningful. Now, those people, my colleagues who were there with me, who could not change their lifestyle, some of them are in the bed, some of them met their Lord in the heaven, and some of them were very fit, very fit and healthy, but then they feel like some sort of an emptiness. After retirement, what? What do I do? The kind of, so finding a meaning, that is the psychological is. So this is how it is. These are some of the pictures which are my tracking at the age of 52, 53, 54. From 20 years from there onwards, I went up to Himalayas and enjoyed myself.
Guruji, the presentation went away. Can you present it again? Can you stop and present it again?
Okay. When was that? In the beginning?
Just now. I think somebody tried to present something and your presentation went away.
Okay. Good? No?
Nata, we can see you because we've pinned you.
I'm sorry?
We have pinned your video, so we can see you.
Guruji, you need to present your PowerPoint. We are seeing your browser.
Okay?
No, still not okay.
You're not seeing my PowerPoint?
No.
Shall I say window or full screen?
You can share the.
Sorry?
You can share just PowerPoint's window.
Window. Okay. Okay.
No, I think you are sharing browser. Can you just share the whole screen and open your PowerPoint?
Baba? Oh my God. Our time is wasted in this. It is consuming the problem.
Yeah, now open your PowerPoint.
Okay?
Open your PowerPoint in front.
Okay?
Yeah, full screen.
Okay?
Yeah, Guruji, we can see this.
Okay, good. Okay. So that was what my life was. And then when I came to, I had to come over to, because my children live here, I came over to USA. And then I'll talk how Vivekananda Yoga started. And I was staying with my son here. And then one day I got a phone from Seva International. I think he's the chief of the Seva International here. And then Arunji, he gave me a ring. And then I was talking to Vyasa. And then they suggested your name. So we want to conduct some yoga programs for the benefit of everybody here. So will you be able to organize it and lead it for us? I said, it is a pleasure. I have been doing it there, but then here I can go to Himalayas, I can do so many things there. It doesn't cost me anything there. But here to go for a trek, it costs you a lot, which I don't have money. So I'm free, so I wonderfully I agreed for that. And then we have conducted nearly about 40 stop diabetic movements. That is diabetes, how to make, most of it is affected by some of the population groups. We fall into that category. And then one of those things was done at San Diego also. And then some of the people who came from nearly about, it was full, occupied up to the full capacity, nearly to about, full capacity of the hall was about nearly 30. We accommodated nearly 35, and still there was a follow-up program that it was successful, thanks to two people that are responsible for that. One is Seva and Shiva Vishnu Temple. Shiva Vishnu Temple offered me the place, and then we did it. And then both the Shiva Vishnu Temple and the participants, and they were so insisting that we should continue with this. This is wonderful. This is a way of life, and then we would like to get deeper into it. So we started classes there, and then in the process, the first yoga teacher training was started. Some of them not regular classes. We want to go much deeper into it. And then we started first teacher training. And some of the people, participants there, like Praveen, Shanti, Hanumanta. So these people, some of these people, they got together. And then Sudesh ji was the treasurer, and then subsequently he became a president also. And he encouraged us. And he is the friend, guide, and philosopher for Vivekananda Yoga. And then we started Vivekananda Yoga, and then we used to get the certificates from the Vyasa from Bangalore. So we continued these things. And then these people became a part of Vivekananda Yoga. And they are the ones who used to market the thing, they used to finance it. And then that is how we have conducted nearly about 6 or 7 teacher training. With each teacher training, there are some people who take it to heart and want to change their lives the way we have changed. And then like that, I think Srinivas joined subsequently. Paul has joined, Mithian and Vijaya, Usha, Shubha, and Rashmi. Some of these people, subsequent batches, they became part of it. And that is how Vivekananda Yoga today, what you see is conglomeration of people, get together of people. I call it a satsanga. Satsanga is a matter of practice. Satsanga is not a matter of faith. We go to something, we listen to people, call it satsanga, and then for the moment we come out, it has gone out. Now this satsanga is experiential, and we support each other. But when we to change our lifestyle, it is our own energy is not sufficient. It requires a tremendous amount of willpower and energy. Our own energy will not be sufficient. Our own wishes will not be sufficient. So we join a group. A satsanga, it supports each other. The energy of the other members, they pass it on. Even if it is online, it is still passed on to them. And then that gives the strength. And all these people changed their lifestyles. And then tremendous this thing in their this thing. For example, Srinivasu, who is joined after that, he did a marathon. At the age of 60 or 55, 60, he did a marathon. And then with whom? He had, every one of us will have some problems or the other in life. Because the issue is, what do we do with that? How do we respond to that problem? So that is how. From a difficult situation, he bounced back, and he did a marathon, and then changed his way of life. And life is so brilliant and useful. Whatever present moment we cannot change, except the present moment. And because of we don't live in the past, we live in the present. At this moment, today is the day for me. And then good, bad, everything comes. Dukkeshu anudvigramanaha sukeshu vegataspraha vihata raga bhaya krodha. And then we are consciously that we know when sukha comes, when we know when with awareness we started living, and the group started increasing. And then we did some programs in Phoenix, we did some programs in Chicago, yoga teacher trainings. And then a lot of other programs also we have conducted. And this is how Vivekananda Yoga has been built up. And then here everybody wants, are you certification means, are you registered with Yoga Alliance? Is it a Yoga Alliance a recognized certificate? So I have been learning yoga regularly for the last 25 years and put in thousands of years of hours of in-house learning. I used to go to ashrams and stay in Rishikesh, stay in Bangalore's Vyasa, stayed there for a year, stayed there for 6 months in different ashrams and learned it the hard way. And then this is a traditional, absolutely applicable to ourselves, applicable to anybody. It is just not mere doing certain asanas and body works. That is not yoga. Yoga is total self. We'll go through it, what it is. And then, but then people want Yoga Alliance. So I went back to India and did my Yoga Alliance certification. I went to Rishikesh. I stayed there, obtained another certificate, And with that certificate, I waited for 2 years to register myself with the Yoga Alliance. So Yoga Alliance, we are now, people want it, so that also we can give it. So this is a group. Vivekananda Yoga is not just another yoga studio or an institute. It is a satsanga. It is a thing which supports each other to change our lifestyles. And now, then what is yoga? Basically, I'll tell you, we'll start with a small story. There was a princess or a prince, and then he used to live in a beautiful palace, absolutely happy, blissful. And that is state of life he was in. And then he got a stable there. In the stable, there is a wonderful horse. And all around him is a great garden. And the garden is so manicured, and there are beautiful, subtle flowers, a lot of very attractive. And then it's all there, and animals, and all flora, fauna, and it's so beautiful, butterflies, everything is so. From the air, he used to look around, and then, as you go, it becomes wilder and wilder. So it was not that very, far off is a big forest. So that is the kind of garden he was in. And one day, the prince or princess, they wanted to go explore. All that is there to enjoy, isn't it? So they took the horse and then started riding into the garden. Looked around, oh, beautiful animals, thoroughly enjoying himself. With that enjoyment, he went further. Then he wanted to explore into the wilderness also. And then explored into the wilderness, and then gone deeper and deeper. And then he forgot his way. He lost his way. And then he lost control of the horse, and he fell down from the horse. And then the horse started dragging him or her. And things were, after some time, you feel like hungry, more, where do I go, kind of a thing. So the horse started eating grass. He is also eating grass. And he started, whatever the horse does, after some time, he forgot the difference between himself and the horse. And then he is being dragged on. That is where he is now. That is the end of the story. How do you feel the story is? The story is meaningless, abruptly ended. What kind of story is this? That is the story of each and every one of us. We were so happy when we were children, and then the world, so many attractions of the world, and we started going into the world to enjoy, and the mind started, I like this, I like this, I don't like this, kind of a thing. So that is the horse. We used the mind to go and explore into the world. And we get so deeper and deeper, and we forgot to come back. We are there in the world, more and more, seeking what is the mind. We call it my mind, but when it becomes a reality, we become the mind. Mind likes it, I also like it. There's no difference between mind and ourselves. But wherever the mind is dragging, we are going. Something like we take the dog for a walk, and the dog becomes so powerful, it starts dragging us. Who is taking whom for a walk? So all of us, what do we want in life? We want sukha, happiness, and we don't want misery. But what is that we got now? How many times can we keep our hand on the heart and say confidently that I am happy today. Are we happy? Yes. So as Vivekananda says, each soul is potentially divine. We were very happy. There's a possibility to be inside us. We are all happy. But each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity by controlling the nature, external and internal. External nature we have controlled, science, technology. And what was impossible till 100 years before, all those things we made ourselves, made them possible. And life has become materially, we have, by controlling the nature outside, we have become materially very rich. Entire world has become rich, maybe to less extent and more extent. But then entire world has become rich. We all enjoy benefits, what our parents or maybe the ancestors, they didn't have it. So are we happy? The issue is, so material comfort. So controlling the nature, external and internal. Internal nature, we are not able to control. Internal nature is, we are stressed, we are unhappy, we are afraid, we are attached. The market collapsed, we lost the money, we don't get sleep. If the market is going up, we are afraid it may fall, so we don't get sleep. So this is where we are. And who's responsible for it? No, actually, but your physical pain is there, physical back pain. No, actually, it is, my mother also had it. So all these things for our pain, whether it is in the body or the mind, who is responsible? So by blaming others, by my genes, or somebody, you don't know my boss, you don't know my mother-in-law. So all these things are there. So by blaming others, you don't have to do anything. We don't have to do anything. So we can blame and safely be there. Whatever we are, discomfort, pain, misery, that is very familiar to us, we can be there forever. The other alternative is having a look into ourselves. And I'll tell you a small story. There was an old lady. Old lady was searching for something outside her hut. So it was a little darker. So she was looking for it, and then as a good Samaritan like you, he went there and asked for, old lady, what are you looking for? And then she said, I lost my needle. I'm looking for it. Everybody looked around and for some time, and then it couldn't be found. He said, where did you lose it actually? You tell us, so we'll focus on that. I lost it in the hut. If you lost it in the hut, why are you searching it here? Because there's no light there in the hut. There is a street light here, so under it I am searching. That is what we are doing. Where is our happiness? If the moment we ask for happiness, every one of us will answer, oh, my happiness is within me. But where are we looking? We are looking for happiness in the material world. We are looking for happiness in recognition of the other people or company of other people. We are looking for happiness. No doubt, that will give you happiness once, a little bit of happiness at that moment. But then we have to get into the reality of happiness. And then we look outside for the materials and people. Are we happy? And then the other thing we do is look up. Oh God, go to the temple or go to the church. Oh God, save me out of this. Whenever we feel we want happiness, maybe in the Swarga, in the heaven there. Who knows what is there in the Swarga? That is a figment of our imagination. Marketing department of the religions have made a heaven out of it. And so this is, we don't have to go to heaven to be happy. If only, the only alternative left for us is to look into ourselves. What happens when we want happiness? There is what is misery is the compulsiveness. And from there to freedom. Asatoma, sadgamaya, tamasoma, jyotirgam. Asat is that I am this body, I am this mind, kind of a thing. No, there is some inner intelligence within us that will take us to higher level. Tamasoma is ignorance. Ignorance is looking for happiness outside in the material things. If your happiness is within you, look inside within us. This is the ignorance to light. So this is daily. Every day we keep dying with the fear. From fear to boldness, utsaham, sahasam, dhairyam, buddhi, shakti, all these positive things that are there within us. It has immense power within us. From one cell, a zygote, we have multiplied ourselves into these trillions of cells, and they are all operating from within wonderfully well, and then synchronizing with themselves. All that power is there within us, and your belief creates biology. If we believe that I can do it, that is what I did with myself. That is what my friends who are satsanga, who joined me, they did it for themselves. A lot of other people are also doing. Not that. So from there, we can join into a group, and then we can take charge of ourselves and become healthy, happy, lively, and beautiful. First we have to become aware of where we are. So the awareness is very difficult, a difficult thing. Living consciously is very difficult thing. And then we have to accept it. Acceptance is another word. No, actually my genes, something, you don't know, we blame others. So we don't accept our responsibility. So accepting that. And then acquire. And acquire what? Attitudes, skills, and knowledge. That is what our curriculum is going to be, the acquisition of right kind of attitude. That is the maximum. The rest of the skills and knowledge, they will happen. So that is what we focus on here and adopt ourselves. It is not just mere, and then it takes time. Old habits die hard. So, and then we will be able to healthy, happy, lively, beautiful, harmonious with everybody in the, and the way how to go about, that is the curriculum of this yoga teacher training. And then most of our present day problems are, we are overstimulated. Oh, I want this, more. I have to do so many things. This continuously stimulates, and we forgot relaxation. We don't get sleep, and we are always charged. BP goes up. Whenever we are stimulated because of an external agency, naturally the body responds to, maybe it is thinking that there is a danger for you, it responds. And then that is over, we have to relax. But then there is no threat at all. But then we are living in a continuous fear. Fear of losing our people, fear of losing our health, fear of dying, fear of losing materials. Because we've accumulated so much and we have got so much to lose. So that keeps us continuously stimulated. How to get to relaxation? How to relax? That is a part of our. Now, quickly, awareness is, now, I would keep saying, who is I? Who are you? What is this body? Are you? And then what is this body? And are we aware of this body? The body keeps telling the backache, continuously backache, or shoulder pain, or indigestion. It is telling us something, and then we immediately outsource it to the medical profession. And then go to a doctor, and they will prescribe a pill and give you a bill. That is a different story. And ultimately, it's going to kill you. But external chemicals that are going. If your back is aching, it is telling you something that you have to change your lifestyle. The back is designed for work for 100 years. If it is not working, you must do something about it. So that is getting awareness into it. What is bothering me? And we must be healthy, strong, flexible. For that, what can I do? Where am I? Now, I'm not able to touch my bend forward. I'm not able to touch. So this is getting awareness of the body. Start there. So this is the grossest form. We'll start there. And then go to the pranamaya. Pranamaya kosha is, that is, how many of you are aware? How many times you breathe? Just, you can send a message. on a chart, number of times. How many times we breathe per minute? When did we last, at least, have we ever thought about it? And that is the one thing that we do maximum number of times in our life. And have we ever paid attention to it? How many times do you think? That has got a tremendous amount of impact on us. So the mind you cannot control, but then the breath you can control. This is God has given us both. When automatically, if it goes, even if you forget about it, you can't forget breathing. If you forget breathing, that God will take over you, because He wants you and I to live. And we are not aware of how many times we breathe. And then yoga, it teaches us how to breathe. Once through the breath, we can control the mind. The yogis have found that when they observed animals, when there are animals, a rabbit or a horse, they breathe much faster or slower than us? They breathe much faster. And what is their lifespan? A rabbit lives for 3 years, and a horse lives for 10 years, 14 years, 15 years. A dog lives for 14 years, 15. So those animals that breathe fast, they die. And those animals that live slow, like a tortoise, they live 300 years. So they said, your lifespan is not the chronological years, but the number of breaths we breathe. So by reducing the breath rate, you will be able to live longer. And then when we are agitated, when we are angry, we breathe fast or slow? We breathe fast. So by reducing the breath rate, we become calm automatically. So we will be able to influence the mind. If happiness happens in the mind, so we'll be able to, through body, through the breath, and there are different manomaya kosa, mind we call it, but then there is what is called antakarana. Antakarana is manasu, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. Manas is what I like, I don't like it. And that is to be regulated by the buddhi. Buddhi is what is good for you in what is shreyas and what is preyas. What pleases you immediately, but what is good for your well-being. That kind of a this one. That we have to put in gear. We'll try to, during the process, we try to learn how to work with the different parts of the mind and then regulate them. Use our willpower, bring it under control, and then we will be able to focus from stupidity, ignorance, laziness, letharginess. Then we will activate ourselves. When it is overactive, laye sambodhaye chittam vikshiptam samayet punaha sakashayam bijaniya samapraptam nachalayet. When you are lazy, dull, lethargic, wake it up a little. Make it active. It is better to be do something good or bad rather than lying down and do. You're born with some with a purpose, and as humans, we've got a purpose to do it. First, you activate yourself, and then the mind started. That's what most of us we are in. That we are not lazy, lethargic. You can't live in this world without being. Now that we have been controlled to that. Do it. No, active, more speed, no, more marks, more grades. And that is how we have been conditioned into, and more money, more power. So we have gone into these things, and that we are already active. But then we have spread out, laye, sambodhaye, chittam, wake up. And vikshiptam, and then it becomes scattered. We are so scattered, fragmented, then we don't know where we are. And then you have to bring it back. You have to bring it together. And then there are methods, ways of doing it, and then we'll be able to focus. We'll be able to focus on the job when it stimulates ourselves to the extent that is necessary. When it is done, get back into ourselves, defocus ourselves. Focus, defocus. Stimulate, relax. Think very positively. Belief creates biology. So these things, what is good, how to go about is Vijnanamaya Kosa. And then Anandamaya Kosa. Anandamaya Kosa, to discuss it, we don't have much of time. I can spend a little bit of time on that. Okay, now. So we have to work with, become aware of the body. The body, this pain, flexibility is not there, strength is not there. We work with that. And then all power is there within us. If you believe, I tell you, I don't have any supernatural powers. I believe that I'm not going to become sick. Sickness doesn't come to me. And then it's not that it won't come, but then I do something about it. When my stomach upsets, I go for fasting. And then when my joints, this with a broken knee, I'll be able to do all because it gives me trouble once in a way. When I go for 10 miles, when I come back, it starts swelling and gives me. I work with that. I give it a deep rest. Next day morning, it is ready again for action. So that is how to relax. We work with the body and with the breath. And we work with the breath to regulate the breath, to master the breath. The breath is energy. Breath is not prana. Prana is that you feel in the morning, you get up, you must feel enthusiastic, lively, beautiful. Yeah, one more day, kind of a enthusiasm. And then keep it till the last. And the mind must be able to focus it and defocus it. Come back to deep rest. And then what is good and what is bad? What is good for my well-being? And ananda. Ananda is happy moments. No, when you are happy, we all say that. But then I tell you, when we really enjoy we're eating. After a long time, you eat something which is, when you say it, what you are eating is not there. The substance is not there. The process of eating is not there. You are also not there. Suddenly it becomes silent. And similar way, so the greatest enjoyment for most of this one is the sex. And sex, when you are in a peak, when you are in a climax, you don't exist. The partner doesn't exist. And then the act doesn't exist. It becomes silence. We keep searching for it. You want to repeat it. Well, I want more. That moment won't come again. And that is the state of mind. What we are looking at is ananda, happiness, is at the agency. What gives us that agency? That person gives me happiness. This person, and it keeps changing. The same thing, if it is given to you a number of times, it won't give you happiness. But then at that moment, it becomes silence. So the rishis found out. And then all of us, inevitably, every time we go there, we found happy. What is that moment? In deep sleep. Is there anybody who don't like deep sleep? In deep sleep, what is that? To be happy, that you are happy. But then what was there? Your materials are not, wealth is not there, our people are not there, your body is not there, your mind is not. But then all of us will be happy there. So, ananda. Happiness is silencing the mind. Okay. Now this is what it is. Now I think the way we go about is this symbolic. The four horses of our senses, and then the reins are through the manas. That Krishna is the buddhi. So what is good and what tells you what is good, and then Arjuna is our own self, and then Ratha is the body, and the two wheels are dvandvas. That is good, bad. Sukha, dukkha. So both of them will be there. And then the Kauravas and Pandavas are some of the good samskaras within us, some of the bad samskaras. So this is a fight to get into it. Through these things, we will be allegories and all that, we will be able to work on them. And then at this moment, now tell me, how are you feeling? Have you, this is the mind, I want happiness, we call it. At this moment, how are we feeling? Make a word. Difficult. You say, okay, I'm good. I'm okay. Kind of a thing. But you won't be able to say what kind of feeling it is. So will good emotional intelligence, that is to become aware of it, will take you into it. There's two factors that are involved. One is how pleasant you are and how much energetic you feel it. So we get to awareness about, we get to know about more about ourselves. If you are there in a highly energetic and highly happy, joyful ecstasy, and that you are in the yellow, and you are angry, frustrated, you are very energetic but unpleasant, And then both, maybe some sort of low energy, unhappy, pleasantness is low, low energy. There are people who are there within that. Maybe some sort of depression, gone down. But you have to wake up. And then on the green, it is totally where we are blissful state. So what is essential? It could be all the things that are there. But the only thing is we have to go there with awareness, but not compulsively. So the present day problem is another problem for us, speed. Speed is, in Sanskrit, it is called udvega. Stress is called udvega. Udvega means heightened speed. So we have to reduce the speed. Where is the speed? Speed is there in the mind. So stress management, we will be able to work on that. So here you see, these are the external stimulants. And they get into our system, and then they start working with our psyche, our autonomic nervous system. So many things will have voluntary nervous system. We start aging. All these things are happening. So it is not in the external agency. It is our roots that are picking up those things and sending it to them. We blame it on the issue. It is stress is not there in the situation. Stress is not there in the mother-in-law or the boss. Stress is within yourself. How to handle that? That is what we are going to learn during this thing. You have to work with your stress. Otherwise, stress is going to catch you. So stress, we control it through the breath. Whenever there is we are under stress, the breath goes up, breath rate goes up. By reducing the breath rate, we'll be able to, how to work with that. All those things we are going to work on. So we'll have mindfulness meditation. I thought I'll give you a meditation, but then there is not much of time here now. I think I'll stop it here, and then I request some of our teachers, Praveen or Mithun, Paul, Shubha, to address you people. Shubha, can you talk?
Yes, Guruji. So I can maybe talk from perspective of student and helping out Guruji as a teacher as well. So when I first joined Vivekananda Yoga about 3 years ago, I did the teacher's training mainly as a means. I had no intention of teaching then. It was mainly to just go deeper into yoga, I think, which is probably the goal of most people who are here. And it was really, Guruji just blew me away with not just teaching asanas, pranayama, mudras, bandhas, which, everybody, all of us will learn, but on what it is to lead a life, really. It's not even a yogic life. It is the life we are supposed to lead with awareness, with knowing what we are doing, how it affects us, knowing ourselves really. And then subsequently, we in Phoenix, we gathered ourselves and continued the process, and then we were able to bring about the second batch of teacher training also, which just concluded. And when I listen to Guruji again, it deepens many of the concepts that we had learned earlier, and each time there is new insights, understanding, and this is an association you would not want to ever conclude. We always want, and we still learn things from Guruji every day, like from the examples. And he kind of, the most amazing thing I think, besides his knowledge and skills, is that he's able to reach each student where they are, and he knows the points that reach the student based on their personality, where they are in life, what kind of a person they are, and psychologically he has deep insights into the psyche of a student. And that's one of the best things. And I'll conclude. I know there are others talking, but I wanted to just bring this about. That this was sort of the clincher for me, because we all lead busy lives. We all think, oh, 200 hours, I'm never going to teach. Is this for me? But here's what I told myself, and this is what made sense to me. And that is, we are going to spend our time and money on different things. And one of those things could be waiting in a doctor's office, during your later years and paying your medical bills. Those could potentially be two uses of your money, which it tends to be for most people. And if you choose to spend your time and money here in learning the course, you're probably not going to spend that time and money waiting and spending on, like Guruji said, pills and bills later on. So that I think was a clincher for me, and that was what made me do it. And I am blissful, completely happy. This is the best decision I made in my life, to be with Guruji every day. So I'll pass it on to the others.
Paul?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, Guruji, I think it will be good if you can go over the syllabus also. That way, people will get more background of what, like briefly about it before people can give feedback, like the teachers who already took it.
Okay.
Okay. So my name is Paul, and I've been practicing yoga for about almost 12 years now. And my path to the Vivekananda yoga group is a little bit strange. I started out doing primarily hot yoga, and I started because I had knee pain. Had the blessing of knee pain. That's what got me started on yoga, and I found out that just the asana practice relieved that knee pain very quickly. But I also noticed mental effects, and the mental effects is really what kept me going, even though it was strictly the asana type practice. I started attending yoga championships, and the yoga championships inspired people to practice yoga, and it got me thinking about, well, what can I do more to improve my practice? And I started going to yoga class every day of the week, and looking for things. What can I do now to deepen my yoga practice? Well, I can extend my practice to throughout the day. Make sure I get more sleep. Be careful about what I eat and how I conduct myself throughout the day. Do I remain calm? So I was doing that, and I started also holding classes. I call them open practice, where we go through more advanced asanas with the students. And one day, a student attended their praveen, and at the end of the sequence, which lasts about 2.5 hours, he said, "Would you like to for me to lead a relaxation sequence?" And he did this amazing directed sequence. It lasted about 15 minutes. And I was just amazed at how much more relaxed and the impact, both physical and mental, that practice had. So I asked him, "Where did you learn that?" And he says, "Well, I've been going to this Vivekananda yoga." And I said, "Well, where is it? I mean, do I have to go to India to learn this?" He says, "Oh no, it's just a few miles away." And that's how I went, and I met Guruji. He had a yoga instructor's course just about ready to start. I said, "Oh, I want to sign up for that." And he says, "Oh no, first you got to come in and talk to me." And so I went in and talked to him, and he says, "Oh, some people have a hard time understanding me." He says, "My accent's a little strong." And I says, "Oh no, no problem with that." And he says, "Well, we do some chanting too." And I said, "Well, that sounds okay. I'm up for learning that." And in long story short, I joined the yoga instructor course and was just amazed at the depth of yoga. Suddenly I started to be able to understand, to have more background on some of the practices that I'd seen in my strictly asana-based classes. Also picked up a number of additional loosening exercises that I'm 68 these days, and found out that there are some movements that help work on arthritis. I had a little bit of arthritis pain here in my thumb, and found out that, hey, there's exercises, there's things that you can do for that will improve your life. So in short, I've profited immensely. My yoga practice has advanced, and I'm learning more about at the studio, hot yoga studio that I attend. There was a saying on the wall from Buddha, that the mind is everything. And I now understand much more deeply as a result of practicing with the Vivekananda group and helping with the instructor's course, that truly this mind, the mind is everything, and yoga is intended for the mind. So with that, I'll turn it over to the next Vivekananda teacher.
Okay, now I'll just quickly run through the syllabus. Now we have got, somebody has to mute it. Paul, I think you have to mute. Now, what we do, what I was talking to you, we'll do the same thing. The thing is, we have got 5 layered existence, so we work with the body. The body, it is just not asanas. There are what are called cleansing techniques. Cleansing techniques are kriyas. But these are the kriyas which, like you take your body, your car for servicing. So the body also requires some servicing. So with the pollution, so much pollution and the foods we eat, and then we are not eating the healthy food, and then we eat all kinds of food. So these toxins that get accumulated inside us. So we'll do with kriyas, with cleansing techniques are there. We clean the nostrils, we clean the eyes, clean the bowels. So there are simple techniques that are there, very simple, but then it tells you, when you become aware, when your stomach is not, it says something, you listen to it and do the kriya, it becomes clean, and then, and the colon, they call it colon cancer and all that. Colon cancer doesn't happen to you people who practice yoga. Because colon cancer is because all these things, there's a toxin accumulation there, which is not cleaned up for such a long time. So with yoga, you can drink water here, do some exercises, and then the water flows down, and then it go out. And I talked to when I was talking to my doctor here, he said, what? You drink water and pass it on, you can do it? Hey, I can do it. So it's as simple as that. You learn these techniques. We don't have to go to take it. Instead, you take a pill or a tablet. That again, the digestion, that is a problem. So there is some upset. Do it. When your body is, when back is saying something, do something for that. So you learn all these techniques in your armor. You don't have to do everything every day. But then over a period of time, you have to maintain it. You have to do it. Now, what we do, what is called subtle exercises. Sukshma Vyayama. They are not physical exercises. They are physical exercises, all right, but then minute joints, minute blood vessels, minute nervous system. Work with that systematically, one by one. We go, each and every one, we cover every part of the body. And then during the process, you control your breath, control the body, and they integrate the body and the when. And when with mindfulness you do it, we integrate these 3. And then we have got asanas. Asanas, stiram sukham. You must be able to sit stably for about 2 hours, 3 hours like this. We can do that. But then it is not necessary to sit all the time like that. But then what happened in the process? Well, then you have developed a willpower within you, and the body is not owning you. And this is just an instrument. Work with the body and go beyond the body. The body must be such, you must not be notice it. And what we do, we pay so much of attention for appearance. All this cosmetics and all that is all appearance, dress, everything is appearance. But inside, what happens? You keep it inside strong. Then you can expose yourself. Yes, you're still good, beautiful. Okay, there are certain things which you cannot change. The color of your skin, any amount of fair and lovely is not going to help you. But eating a healthy food give you just even if you're whatever be the color, it glows inside. If your mind is clear, it glows inside. And if your breathing properly, energy flows just like that. And your energy that is there, it is contagious. Your mood that is there, it is also contagious. You distribute joy. Whenever you go, you become joy. That Sangha becomes joyful. So that is how they're going to work with the body, go beyond the body. So we will do asanas, sukshma vyayama, kriyas, and then also some loosening it. All the things others sportsmen do, we will include that also. So we must be able to stimulate it to an extent. And then work with the breath. Reduce the breath rate. Make it rhythmic. And through the breath, control the mind. And mind has got so many factors involved in that. So how to focus? Then meditation. And for example, we sit here and we are here, the mind goes everywhere. And then most of our unhappiness is we wander into the past. Dig our grave, dig the places where we have been hurt, deeply hurt. And then those people may be dead. The situation is also dead. But we make it a habit of going over there and crying over it. My life is miserable. Who asked you to go there? It's all over. Dead. When do you want your happiness to be? In the present moment. And of course, for the future also. But then, okay, future happiness. Well, what we do? We transport ourselves to the future. And then start big unhappiness we bring in. Oh, that may happen. COVID, I may die. Die. But then we'll do something here now. Going there and getting scared about. You're already living there. You got it. You get here. You do something about it. So past and future are a reflection of the past things. Whatever happened, they're there in the present. Your thought itself is that you are already brought it here. Work with that in the present. To be in the present moment. Live in the present moment. When you want happiness, when do you want? You are not available in the present moment when happiness came. You went into the past. We eat absent-mindedly, and we have made a habit of being absent-minded. How to be present? Enjoy life. Enjoy your time with the loved ones when you are there. Our loved ones are there, and you're you are doing. Yeah, our technology has come into our bedroom, into the dining room, and then so this technology has diverted us. And this is a problem we have got it. Mind is somewhere, body is somewhere. We are scattered all over. So integrating ourselves, body, mind, wherever we are, our body is there, the breath is there. And through the breath, we control the body, control the mind. So these techniques, the pranayama, breathing exercises at the Annamaya kosha, that is at the body level, breath level, breath. And the most modern medicine that ends there with the body. Breath. We can work with the breath and control the mind. When they bring the mind under control. And then we will be able to focus. When the mind is under control, there is no question of. And then one more thing. We have to learn art of suffering. The art of being happy is all right. Art of living is art of suffering, art of. Now, we'll just do a small exercise. Gently close your eyes. Focus yourself on the breath. Breathe in and breathe out with awareness. And visualize yourself to be a lotus. You are the lotus. And now, put some adjectives to you. As a lotus, what is a lotus? Brilliant, fragrant, colorful, bright, nurturing sight, nourishing sight. Fully bloomed. Enjoy the being the lotus. Open your eyes. Now, the moment we thought lotus, we thought the flower. Flower, brilliant, beautiful. And mind you, the lotus means water, wetness, the stem, the root, and the mud. Out of the mud came the lotus. Out of suffering comes the happiness. Most of our achievements have been, we are what we are because we have taken out, we learned our lessons when the past sufferings. From the first time you fell, if you are not bruised, if you are sitting there, you would not have been walking. So suffering, it's inevitable. No, if we want happiness all the time, how practical, how rational is that? So when this moment can be, the same moment can be, brings happiness to somebody and pain to somebody. The same event can bring happiness to somebody. Market has collapsed. Those people who are very rich, they became. And the poor fellow, he thinks, okay, we are equal now. Kind of a satisfaction. So the same moment is not, so it is not there in the moment. So the lotus means mud also. No mud, no lotus. Right? So without suffering, so there are the two wheels of the same. We have seen that Gita Bodha, that Ratha, that the body has got two wheels. Right? So what to do when suffering comes? How to face it? So that is the kind of thing we will learn. Mindful breathing, mindful meditation. Once we get into meditation, we will learn those techniques. So these are all the things which we are going to do it. And then we'll take you into yoga philosophy, different, as I was telling you, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity by controlling the nature external and internal. Do it by walk. That is how to make day to day. We are all grihasthas. We have to walk. So how to make work enjoyable? Work need not necessarily bring suffering to us. Why we are suffering? When oh, I have got so much. Because your mind is different. We're not doing with enthusiasm. How to make ourselves enthusiastic? That is karma yoga. Worship. How to surrender ourselves to the creation that is there. From oneself, so many, we are what we are, with trillions of cells, and who created that? We have created from within. So how to relate ourselves to the supernatural force, call it God, call it super consciousness, whatever we call it. So how to relate it to that? That is Bhakti Yoga and Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga, willpower, controlling the mind. Yoga is all about controlling the mind. Through the willpower, we work with the body, and then how to use the willpower, making mastery of ourselves. Focus, defocus. So we develop it. And then Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is the knowledge part of it. All that we are doing it, this is an intellectual exercise which we are doing. What we are going to really do in the training is experiential. We experience it, and then learning that by experience, that is Jnana. This is an intellectual knowledge. We can reproduce, we can reproduce these things again and again. It is not going to help us. So that is Jnana Yoga. So we'll take into different philosophies of yoga through Yoga Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, chanting. We also do some chantings which takes us into higher levels of existence. Ecstasy, tears should flow when we chant into, immerse ourselves. That is joy, ananda. So how to get to that? So all these things we are going to, and then we not only teach you, you have to learn, and then we teach. When you teach, learning, listening is all that. But when we have to go and teach, then you get into the depth of it. So then your practical things are there. So this is basically the syllabus we have. And then I'll just run through whatever the other slides I have. So the fees is $1,200. And then some of you may, we wish that you pay it. But then if you want some of them, you want it in installments. First on registration, about half of it you pay. And then the other things, and maybe 2-3 installments, you can do it. And methodologies, we'll do a part of it online initially. And now the Yoga Alliance also permitted online thing. Anyway, we have to do online. But then when time permits, when things are okay, we will meet in person. And then nothing like, I'm not satisfied with looking into the screen and doing it. You also won't be. So we'll meet in person, and then we will take all these things into account. And timings, It may take about 3-4 months, and there are some people agree. No, everybody is busy here, and then you've got certain exigencies and all that. In those things, we will extend the time for you. With 3-4 months, we will be able to do it. And timings when to meet and what to meet. When the group is formed, when your people register, group is formed, then we will discuss and come to. That is what we have been doing it all the time. And then mind you, the timing and all that, I won't get time and all that. I don't believe in that. Those people who believed in that, I think there are about 5 doctors and 6 or 7 medical professionals who joined us. They are very busy. Still, they found the time, and then they came. Every time they came, and then initially, and then their interest has increased. I myself, I wonder. I don't have any other job except teaching. This is they have to go maintain a house. Children go to the hospital and work for really the slogging job here. And then they have to, all the patients, this thing is rubbed onto their head. They have to come home, and then they used to come and attend the classes. So timing is all that there in the willpower. Okay. Now, okay. Then now I think I have. Mithun, you want to share something?
Sure, Guruji.
Go ahead.
Namaste, everyone. My name is Mithun. So from around 5 years ago, I wanted to just start off with yoga. So it interested me. At that time, I had some back injuries because of long hours of working. And I had an ankle injury as well when I was doing ice skating. And then I used to go to chiropractors and doctors to fix my back and ankle. And it was helping. And then somehow I felt like yoga will be helping there. I started doing yoga. And I started, I've taken multiple different kinds of yoga. I've tried Art of Living, Sudarshana Kriya, Isha, Sisha, Surya Kriya. And then I used to take some regular classes at my work in Qualcomm, like the Qualcomm's yoga classes. And one day I was lucky enough to meet Praveen there, who introduced me to Vivekananda yoga. And this was about 3 years ago. And then I wanted, so I attended Vivekananda yoga classes, and I felt like that was really an authentic, Indian way of doing yoga. The other yoga classes which I tried was Vinyasa style. Mostly it's all westernized, and this I felt was really like an authentic Indian yoga. And then I started continue to do yoga from then on, and then my back was feeling good. My other injuries were were doing better. And I used to feel more energetic if I do yoga. My focus, my concentration. I used to be more enthusiastic. After I do yoga, I used to feel the difference before and after. Since I started practicing, and then I thought I want to deep dive into yoga, try to learn more advanced techniques. Yoga is not just physical, right? It's beyond that. So I wanted to explore more. And Guruji, I took up this yoga teachers training in 3 years ago with Guruji, with Vivekananda Yoga. And then I got certified, and since then I've been consistently doing yoga, and I feel really good about it. All my back pains have is a lot better than I used to be before. Yeah, I think doing yoga is helping me a lot. Actually, I want to share one more incident which happened recently in my life. Last year, I had some bad incident happen, and at that time, I think the yoga really helped me to be stable at that time. And then Guruji, he was personally with me, and then helped me recover from that situation. Without yoga, I don't think I would have come out smoothly out of that dramatic event happened. So I really I'll take this opportunity to thank Guruji. And also I would take this opportunity to thank Praveen, first of all, to introducing me to Vivekananda Yoga. Thank you so much.
Praveen, you want to say something?
Yeah, Guruji. So I think Shubhaji was mentioning someone else wanted to give the feedback. We don't have much time also probably
Okay.
we can get started with that, and then probably people might have some questions too. So we can prioritize.
Okay. Well, first, okay. Rashmi.
Quickly go. I'll have Amrita ji go after Rashmi. Rashmi can go.
Okay. Rashmi, go ahead.
Hi everyone, thank you for taking the time to be here today. I'm Rashmi Vaidya, I'm a breast surgeon in Phoenix. I got introduced to Vivekananda Yoga and Guruji by a friend Dipali. I'm not sure if she's here today, but I'm eternally grateful to her. It was just serendipity that she introduced me to this course that she was going to start soon. And when I looked at it, it sounded like everything I had been looking for. I had attended yoga classes off and on in the US, and I'd been looking for something much more comprehensive.
Rashmi,
Oh, sorry.
we can hear you now.
Okay. So I had been looking for a comprehensive yoga course, something that taught yoga as a way of life, beyond the asanas. And I luckily found this course through my friend Dipali, and I couldn't be happier. I think most of all, yoga has taught me how to live in the present moment. And as we go through life, we encounter some situations. We have scarring, mostly emotional scarring, sometimes some physical scarring, and over time we develop dysfunctional coping strategies for that. And what I found over the last 4 or 5 months is that yoga has helped me identify and change my perceptions, my coping strategies, my behaviors, diet even, so that it is not disturbing my inner peace and helping me be on an even keel and have more equanimity with how I'm handling situations, handling people, handling my response to daily life, daily stress. And I think making me a better person in general and be more happy with where I am in life. So I think it's definitely increased my level of consciousness to where I'm aware of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and how I'm responding to situations much better than I was doing 4 months ago. So it's been an incredible journey. And I think for me, this is just the beginning. I've been incredibly happy with how much I've learned. And I can't wait to see where my association with Vivekananda Yoga and Guruji and all these wonderful teachers will take me next. So thank you.
Amrita ji.
Namaste, Guruji. This is Amrita Vadnerkar. I'm a geriatrics and palliative care physician. I work in Phoenix. And I'm just entering last minute to share my story. I've been, I went through this yoga teachers training for last 5 months. And my personal experience, everything that Rashmi said, in addition, I just last 3 weeks, I have achieved a goal that I had set for myself. I have been a hypertensive for last 4-5 years and was on medicines, tried a lot of things. And I talked to Guruji in the beginning that I want to get off this medicine. It's somehow feels like a personal defeat that I have to take a medicine at such young age. And last 3 weeks I went to my doctor. They said, yeah, your blood pressure is okay, low, you can try. And I reduced the dose a little, then reduced a little more, and I'm off it for 3 weeks now. And I'm still doing okay. Still here, checking it every day.
Okay,
So
good.
that's a big win for me personally, and that it I take it as a reward to myself. And I know this has been a life turning change in for me. I've learned so much from Guruji, and I know this association is going to be forever. Thank you for letting me share. Thank you.
Thank you, Amrita ji. Okay, now, Praveen, Subhaji? We go for whatever the things they want. Please, you can have question answer sessions. You can ask questions if you got any clarifications. You tell your name and then ask your question.
They can also post on the chat window, Guruji, if they have any.
Otherwise, you can post also. There is something. Let us know how does it the online platform work for yoga. Shubha, you want to answer that?
Sure. So I can talk about how we've been doing so far. Because of the COVID crisis, we've now the last few months we've completely been doing online. Before that, the present batch had a chance to meet in person. So we will have to wait until a lot of the restrictions are lifted before in-person meetups with Guruji can happen. In the meantime, we use the meet.google.com, the same platform that we are having this meeting on, to conduct online sessions. And you can also, students are always welcome. Guruji is very flexible and you can call him, do a video chat one-on-one, check your positions, postures, corrections can be done one-on-one as well. And there will be regular theory sessions also on the same platform. So it's been working really well for our present batch. And if you have specific questions about it, we can cover. But this is typically how we do through meet.google.
Now, I would like to tell you that, that there are some specific number of hours we have to do it in person. There's nothing like being in person and doing it. Now, until then, there are certain theory parts of it which we can do online. That we have got our own platform over which all of us will meet, and then we work on that, and then we will meet when the opportune time is there. We are going to meet in person, maybe with social distancing and all that. We will have to find out the logistics for that. And then we have got a studio. We can, all of you can come over to the studio and do different places that are there. Maybe for example, Phoenix is there. I went there for about 10 days and we spent an immersion this thing. Nearly for every day for about 10 hours or 8 hours we worked. And then for nearly we could log in about 80 to 100 hours there. And some people less or more. But then I wanted to go there. So if there is a cluster of people somewhere, then we don't mind going over there and then doing it for that. Otherwise, those people who are in San Diego, we have got a studio, you are going to come over there, we are going to meet anyway during this period. So it works, it is both online as well as in person. Is there any other doubt people have got? Please go ahead. If you got further clarification, you can talk.
One person asks, how long is the training?
This training is going to be about 4 or 5 months. Actually, it can be completed in 3 months, depending upon the intensity with which the group wants. If we can, we have to log in something like about 200 hours. So a part of it is going to be online, and a part of it is going to be nearly at least 100 hours we have to spend actually working on. So how much you people how much time we are prepared to spend depends upon that. If people are really interested and everything happens within about, at least I think it will be about 4 months. It will take 3 to 4 months. Yeah. And then some people who are not able to complete it within that time, they will continue for a longer time. Anybody else? Got any doubts?
Guruji?
Yeah.
Can I say a word? Just a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi. So I'm Smita Katur. I took this class accidentally. Just one of my friends was going and she said, do you want to come? I said, okay. I'm new in town. I'll find some new people. But it changed my life. Literally changed my life.
So tell us something about your profession, Smitaji.
Yeah, I'm a neurologist by profession, and I've been doing research in yoga and meditation for quite some time. And what I found after taking the class was my back pain, my knee pain, everything was gone. I was going to a therapist while I was taking the course, and everything was gone. My core muscles got strong, my flexibility increased. But not only that, that's the physical part of it. And I really liked it because I know that all my back pain patients, they're going to get yoga. It really works, no question about it. But it also works on the mind level. And what I felt was it was a life-changing thing because all the aspects of your life are going to change. I mean, I feel like this should be taken by everybody and insurance should cover it for everyone. But your relationships will get better with your children, with your husband, with your wife. Not only that, you can cope up with any difficult situations. It's like you will be given a formula for figuring out how to deal with life or how to deal with different situations or difficult situations in life. And I highly, highly recommend it. I think it will change your life, and you will change so many other people when you become a teacher. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to learn.
Thank you. Thank you, Smitaji.
Guruji, can I say something real quick?
Neetaji, go ahead. Dr. Neeta. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, sorry, I am sorry. This is I'm Neeta Panse. I'm one of physicians also working in Phoenix. I just want to tell everybody that I think one of the biggest things people should go to him would be few reasons. Every one of us is busy. I'm a working mom, so all of us are busy. But I think his passion at his age itself, just that, I know I wouldn't say his age is probably more than me because he's probably much more mentally and physically fitter than me, but then just looking at his number and still being so passionate to teach and do it every day, that itself just keeps us motivated to do it. And then the second thing most of us are skeptical about is can we spend some time doing it? Do we have that time? I think he is so flexible and so accommodating that I'm not the most regular student, but it just motivates me to, whenever I think, I feel, oh, okay, whenever I can get some time, I should do it. So I don't think anybody who's thinking, oh, I don't have time, should think this as a reason to not join the class, because he makes sure we find time, or you will make sure yourself that you will find time. And the last thing I want to say is it's a journey. The earlier you start, the more you'll benefit from it, rather than having to fix it later on when you're older, like us, like me, and then find it hard to fix it. And it's online. I know all of you will be skeptical, how do things work online? But just believe me, they do work. He's an excellent teacher. I've been to multiple yoga places. Just that he's not super technical or fixated makes it so much easier. But then at the same time, it doesn't mean that he doesn't do the posture right. He does it, but in a way that all of us don't have to be, oh, do I do it at 100 degrees angle or 45 degrees angle bending? It just, are more not fixated on the tech aspects, but the mind and body, which is more of a yogic lifestyle than just being fixated on the asana. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and I hope you join it and enjoy the journey and get all his blessings. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Neetaji. Thank you. These compliments coming from the physicians, surgeons, and people who are really established in life. So this is something that is we feel makes my life meaningful. It is not that it's like there are certain things only modern medical science can do. That, for example, if we can't do yoga or Ayurveda or something for COVID, they have to find out scientific way of the modern medicine. When an operation is there, it has to be. When there is an accident, it is modern medical science. But then otherwise, on your own, there will be many of the things can be. In a case of an emergency, surely. And now there is a question about how much, how is it possible, that is per Bakerfield is there. Lakshmi, I want to tell you this one. Look, the thing is, if there are about at least 4 or 5 people, I don't mind coming over there and spending that kind of a time with you to spend the number of hours. Otherwise, you people have to coming regularly from Bakerfield. It is a problem. I suggest you make a group, or we will conduct another program, and then during that process, I'll spend some extra time, about 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. If there are at least 5 people, I don't mind coming and spending that kind of hours there with you. Okay. Now, is there any other question?
Guruji, there was a question about how much of the in-person class is compulsory.
Yeah. In-person classes are going to be about 80 hours will be there. Nearly. No, yeah, but that will be about 10 days if it is immersion. Otherwise, if it is only weekends, maybe about number of weekends like that. About 80 to 100 hours we have to cover in person.
So I just want to say it's important to.
And one more thing, when in person is, for example, if it's at Phoenix, the teachers who have registered with us, so they can participate. They can share a part of it. So it will be number of hours we can be increased also. Some of the teachers who are trained by me, they will be able to teach also. Is there anything else? You were saying something, sir?
No, Guruji, I just want to say that it's an immersive experience if you can take the time to be there in person, because there's a lot of nuances that you learn by physically being there and spending a whole day there. But it's not compulsory to be there for all 10 days. There were many people who couldn't come for the whole time. I did take the time to take leave for that time just because I wanted to be it to be an immersive experience. And also, as far as doing asanas and everything, I think the uniqueness is that Guruji meets you where you're at. It's not that you have to be in perfect Padmasan, which I can't achieve even today, but he meets you where you're at. You are aware of where you are today and you accept it, and then you work with it to get better every day. So it's about you understanding your limitations, working with them, and practicing diligently so that you get better every day. And it becomes a habit. And that's what's being inculcated here, and which is why it becomes powerful.
Ninaji, I didn't understand your question. Even teach Vivekananda Yoga. What does it mean? What do you want actually?
Okay, yeah, I meant like all the teachers who have so far presented. Is anyone teaching yoga right now?
Yeah. Paul teaches. Mithun, today I think Mithun has taken in the morning. That's what you are asking.
Oh, yes.
Who are the other teachers who are teaching, right?
Paul, yes, Mithun and Paul, I've seen their classes.
Yeah. Paul teaches, Mithun teaches, all number of teachers. Actually, you are not coming for Vijaya is teaching there in the whenever this one. So as far as possible, I try to do it, but then they're also trained, and they can take sometimes better classes than me. So they do train, they do teach. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Is that clear? Did I answer your question, Ninaji?
Yes, because I know that you go quite in depth when you're doing the classes. So I was just wondering,
No, they do teach, and then they follow almost all of the things. We won't allow people unless they come up to the standard. We won't allow them to teach with this. Only when we are satisfied that they can do it, that we'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Yeah, the kriyas have got to be done in person only, and then these things can't be this. And there are a lot of things we have to teach in person. Then there's going to be a qualitative difference when we do it in person. Anything online is going to be something, but then looking at people with nonsense, what the issues are, we will be able to grasp, and we will work with that individually. The quality of it after maybe after for some time and we do it online again, the quality is going to be different because we can relate ourselves the person where he is and we know all those issues. So we'll not only say group attention, the individual attention also, that is important to us. That is how we go about. Okay. Anybody else? There's a question from, I think.
Yeah, regarding the sign up for the course, Bharat is asking a question. So we will. Yeah.
Right now? No, first you register yourself. Fees, I think, at the time of registration means, okay, after maybe we are going to start, if enough registrations are there, I think next Saturday we are going to start it. So before that, on registration, about 600 must be paid. The rest of it, we can talk it over.
Guruji, about the sign up for the course, is there a website or something that we have to go to for signing up?
We'll send you this one. It is there already, I think. We have to, Praveen?
Yeah, it's on the website, vivekanandayogasd.
Okay.
It is already there, but we can send to the whoever has registered for webinar details again.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Or we'll conclude. Now, the course material actually doesn't come from Vivekananda. Vivekananda Yoga, the teacher training course material is very small one. Actually, I provide you certain books, and we will follow that. Their books will follow. And then the present syllabus is going to be much larger than we have enriched. It is not those people, I think Ashwini did her MSc there. She joined my teacher training course in Phoenix. And then she finds that this is very enriching compared to this thing. So that we'll give you your, we'll provide you with material and then direct you. Everything is available on the web. Now, the only thing is we have to find the right kind of a direction for that. So that will be we'll provide you enough material, and then we will be able to thoroughly get into the, and initially we'll provide you some books and some reading material also. But most of them have been prepared by me, and then the in-depth thing that I will be sharing it with you. Now, if people have got, there are two options for us. If you got any questions, I will answer it. Otherwise, if people are interested, we'll do about 10 minutes of relaxation. Otherwise, we'll conclude it. If you want it or not, quickly send a message. Otherwise, we'll conclude it. Praveen, is it okay?
Yeah, Guruji.
If there is enough for at least about 10 people are there, then we will do a quick. Okay, good job. Now there is enough positive response. They want it. So okay. Now sit comfortably. You can take a chair or you can lie down. Legs apart. Lie down. Preferably you lie down. Legs apart. Hands a little away from the body. Gently close your eyes. Keep observing your breath. Breathe in and out mindfully. keep observing. With each breath, as you breathe in, make a statement to yourself. I am aware, I am breathing in. I am aware, I am breathing out. I am aware, I am breathing in. I am aware, I am breathing out. As you keep observing the breath and breathe in and out mindfully, observe your abdominal movements. As you breathe in, your abdomen is going up. As you breathe out, it is sinking in. Naturally, effortlessly, on its own, it is happening. Don't interfere with that. Just observe the breath. Now feel the sensation of the breath at the tip of the nose. Feel the cold air going in, warm air coming out. Now feel as you breathe in, your body is expanding. You feel that expansion. And as you breathe out, it is relaxing. Now, as you breathe in, the energy field around you is expanding. Feel the expansion. As you breathe in, you feel more energetic. That is why whenever we want to lift a weight or something, we take a deep breath first. So the energy builds up. So it is not only the body, the energy field is also expanding. With sensitivity, you will be able to feel the energy field around you. Try to sensitize yourself. As you breathe in, your body is expanding and the energy field around you is also expanding. Continue to breathe in and out with that. As you keep observing, your in-breath is becoming deep, naturally, effortlessly. In-breath is becoming deep and out-breath is becoming slow. Deep, slow, deep, slow. Now keep a bright smile on your face. If you are not able to smile naturally, fake it, no problem. Make a fake smile. All the 300 muscles, whether you fake it or naturally smile, all the 300 muscles on the face are getting relaxed. In turn, your nervous system, autonomic nervous system gets relaxed. And the body gets tricked into that you are joyful. So the joy hormones, they get relaxed. And automatically, you feel a kind of joy. As you breathe out, release all tensions. As I breathe in, I smile. I release. As I breathe in, I smile. I release. Continue. With each breath, make that statement. As you breathe in, establish yourself in the present moment. Breath happens only in the present moment. You can't breathe the past breath, or can you breathe the future breath? Future breath you will breathe in the future. Breath always happens in the present moment. By focusing yourself on the breath, you are able to establish yourself in the present moment. Present moment is a wonderful moment. Because you are in touch with your breath. Breath is life. You are in touch with your life itself. You are in touch with your body. You feel the abdominal movements, you feel the sensation, you feel the expansion of the body and relaxation. And you are in touch with the mind also. You are in touch with the breath, touch with the body, and touch with the mind. The mind, which was wandering away from you aimlessly, it has come back home. When you start breathing in and out mindfully, the mind also come back home. And your total being, you are in touch with your total being. Keep the bright smile on. Most of our problem has been, the misery has been separation of the body and the mind. The mind is wandering aimlessly, chattering aimlessly, without direction. Misery is nothing but the cry of the mind which has lost its way. The more speedily it roams around, the more the misery. Bring it home. Like a mother, open arms, embraces the child who lost its way and coming home crying. Embrace it with kindly, compassionately. Don't criticize the mind. That is its nature. Take it in. That compassion, kindness starts with ourselves. The body tells us something. Keeps on telling us something. My back. I am hurt in the back. Listen to it. I'm hurt in the tummy. Listen to it. I'm hurt in the knee, most abused joint. Listen to it and accept it. Become aware of it and then accept it. Who is responsible? Accept responsibility for yourself. These things I have done in the past, karma is nothing but what we have done in the past. Not my karma, my karma. My karma is what we have, your consequences of what we have done in the past. The exercise you did not do. The food you ate. All the, whatever our actions there, the thoughts we entertain. That is our karma. Karma is what we are, fruits of the past done. If we do it, we can't do that, anything about it. We have to face it. We can't do anything about it. But what we do now, if we want future happiness, we have to work here. By working here and now, we guarantee present happiness and future happiness. So bring yourself. Live mindfully, live in the present moment with awareness. Together, body, breath, the mind, we are living fully. Enjoy the mindful breathing. and visualize yourself. Imagine just you are a pebble thrown into the river. And then the wetness, it touched the water. There's an impact when you touch the surface of the water. And slowly you're going down. Gravitation is pulling you down. The buoyancy is pushing you up. And then slowly, wobblingly, you settle down in the floor of the riverbed, you settle down. And then the river is passing over. At any time, you are in touch with only that particular water. Once it touches, it goes again. Feel the flow of time passing over you. Downstream is all the past. It has gone. You can't do anything about it. And up the stream, the future is coming. But anytime, the present water body only is touching you. Feel that river of time passing over you. Sometimes it is very crystal clear. Wonderful. Lot of fish around, colorful fish, lively. And sometimes it is calm. Sometimes it's turbulent. Sometimes it is muddy. It rained there, all muddy water. Sometimes it's a flood. Sometimes it dried up. We don't have a control over it. You have to cope with that. Whatever that comes, is present moment is a wonderful moment. That is you have got only choice is to accept it. By accepting it, if you do not accept, we are going to be miserable. By accepting it, okay, this time it's turbulent. I'll wait. And then everything is temporary. That will also pass. Enjoy the being at the riverbed and the time, river of the time passing by. Come back to yourself. Get back to your body consciousness. Continue to breathe in and out mindfully. Take a deep breath. Chant one Omkara. Feel the vibration starting at the lower part of the body and go to the upper part of the body as you chant Omkara. Again. Again. From the depths of that peace and tranquility and deeper layers of your consciousness, you make a sankalpa. You believe what exactly you want in life. Make a wish. A bhavam, that as you believe in, so you become. Don't make a very positive, brief statement by you to yourself. Pass a resolution. I'm going to be healthy and happy. Don't say my BP should come down. No. I'm going to health means it includes everything. Physically, I'm going to be fit, flexible, strong, or mentally, I'm going to be peaceful. How? I'll walk through my breath, or something. You make your own resolution. Repeat it in your mind. Tell yourself, I've got the willpower to achieve it. I am responsible man. I have got all the power within me. From one cell, I could multiply myself into these trillions of cells. Who has done it? I have done it myself. So I can, some minor changes I want in body, I can do it. Take a deep breath. Tell yourself, belief creates biology. Take a deep breath, chant one more Omkara. Gently turn to your side, come to sitting position. Take your own time. Gently sit comfortably. Open your eyes. Thank you very much. God bless you. I request you to register yourself for the training program. We will go really in deep. We'll have a great journey. If I get some more people, my life is more meaningful. We'll be able to spread the message of health, happiness, harmony to more number of people. And create such people, change agents who can transfer it. This is real yoga. It is not in the name of yoga what we are seeing, so many things that are happening. Yoga is changing the body, finding out the divinity within us. For anything, people say, oh God, so He is Almighty. That you will feel it, that I have got the power, kind of a thing. Thank you very much. God bless you. We'll conclude it with Praveen. We'll conclude it with a prayer. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I can conclude, Guruji.
Conclude it? Prayer?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Adopt Namaskar Mudra. We'll close out the session with a prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take your hands back. Take a deep breath, chest forward, head backward. We'll exhale, leg bend forward. Submit yourself to Lord the Almighty. Take the Lord's blessings. Rub your palms without touching the eyes. Massage the facial muscles, neck muscles. Few blinks open. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thanks for coming for the webinar. I repeat my request once again. I'll be happy if you people join that.